Hey everyone, I'm Brian Parks, and in this video I want to talk about everything I learned about building software demos and even building videos for this channel. Actually, a lot of the things that I'm going to show I'm actually going to use in this video, or I am already using. But as I was preparing for this, I realized that most, if not all, of the things I do, I learned from Scott Hanselman. Now, if you don't know who Scott Hanselman is, you absolutely should. He's a blogger, a YouTuber, a podcaster, a programmer. Just a great programmer that's definitely worth consuming his content and learning from. Uh, let's actually flip over to his website and I'll show you what I mean. So right here it says, I'm a teacher. I code, write, speak, empower, promote, braid, learn, and listen, usually not in that order. He creates all sorts of content. He's created content for almost 20 years, and it's all great content. It ranges from things for the hardcore developer to people just getting into C# and .NET, especially. He is currently employed at Microsoft, so a lot of the stuff that he has is Microsoft specific. But he does talk about things like Windows Subsystem for Linux and Visual Studio Code and how to run it on and use it on other platforms and do really cool things with all the stuff that's out there. He also talks about some of the networking fundamentals, even things that are really geared toward non-programmers or people just getting into technology. And even though I've been doing it for a long, long time, I still appreciate even the content that's geared toward the non-technical people. I always get something of value out of it. There's always something that helps me be a better programmer or work with other people that much better, be able to explain what I'm doing to people. And I can honestly say that I've learned tons from the content that he's produced, including how to do software demos and various tips and tricks to do that. So in this video, I want to talk through some of them specifically, and we have to start with OBS, the Open Broadcaster software. This is, I think, primarily designed for streaming, but it works really well for recording YouTube videos as well. I've been using it for probably about a year now. Since I realized it existed, I switched over to Open Broadcaster software. And you can see I've defined this area to pull in my screen, and then I have me in the corner from my webcam. So just with that, that's pretty cool. Now, the next thing that just makes OBS absolutely off the charts amazing is a little tool that Scott actually built, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, and I've actually contributed some changes to it. I've made it work a little bit better for me, and it's a little program that allows you to control OBS scenes from PowerPoint. So I actually do have PowerPoint open over here. Let me pull that over to this screen. So I have a little PowerPoint presentation, and I gave myself a little countdown. If we blow it up, you can actually see the slides that or the little pieces that you saw at the beginning are PowerPoint slides. So this title that introduces me, the introduction to the video, this is all PowerPoint slides. And the important part is in the notes, there are these little kind of directives. So things that start with OBS tell this PowerPoint to OBS bridge to poke OBS and make it do things. So this tells it to pull up the PPT full screen scene. And then somewhere down here, which is where we currently are now, it says demo with pip. So that's why we have demo, the demo screen, with the picture-in-picture, which I think is, what, over there, somewhere in the corner? I guess I'm in the corner, so you're seeing the screen up there. Now, one thing that I did add, because it makes it really useful to me, especially with that countdown that I created, is this start directive. So I added this, and I think I'm actually using an older version of this software. I think the newer versions changed the syntax for this start command a little bit. It's all open source, so people can change it, make modifications to it. And in hindsight, this the way I built it, it's not really the most intuitive. So I think this has changed a little bit. I'll have to check on that. But basically, this says start recording, and then down at the end, I have one that says stop recording. And hopefully it's not actually changing things right now. Hopefully the recording continues. So that's what's going on there. So I use PowerPoint to poke OBS, and you can actually see the output of, that's not it. That's something else I'm working on. Here we go. You can see it's currently on demo with pip, and it's been changing to PPT full screen for most of the slides. Okay, now the next thing that I think is really awesome that Scott uses all the time is a little tool called Zoom It. And hopefully it's still running. Here we go, Zoom It. And it's got some options, but by default, to enable it, you do Control-1. So let's do Control-1. I might have to be somewhere else in order for that to work. So we'll Control-1. I'm trying. There we go. Okay, so now we're zoomed in, and if I move my mouse around, I can move around and look at different parts of the screen. But if I click, now I can draw. And if I hit different keys, I can get different options. So I think what is it? Yeah, Shift gives me straight lines. Control gives me boxes. What is it? Control Shift gives me arrows. So I can point to things on the screen. I can draw boxes around things. It's really cool. And then you just hit Escape to get out of it, and it goes back to your normal desktop. So that's something that I definitely I want to get more in the habit of using. I have used it in a couple of videos. It's one of those things that I don't always remember to use, and I wish I did. But really helpful tool. Really helps with the hey, I'm recording my entire screen, and the screen is big enough so that I can see it when I'm working, but when it goes onto a YouTube video, the font is so tiny that nobody can see things. So you type a line, zoom in, point to things, and that works pretty well for videos. So those are the three main things that I try to work into my software demos and try to make really compelling YouTube videos that actually help people. So that's OBS for recording and changing between scenes. That's PowerPoint and the PowerPoint to OBS bridge that allows me to control my video from within PowerPoint, and I can kind of use that to plan things out. I can even use the PowerPoint notes feature if I just am doing a kind of a more practice dialogue sort of thing. So I use PowerPoint with notes, and I use the presenter view, and then OBS just records and swaps between scenes as needed. And then finally, Zoom It, which you can just download if you search for Zoom It. I think it's like a Windows Power Toy or something. Windows Sysinternal. That's what it is. So you just go over to this this page, click Download Zoom It. It installs. I think by default it automatically runs when Windows starts, which is fantastic. So you can just hit Control-1 and use it and escape, and you don't have to think about it ever again, and it's fantastic. So with that, I'll just kind of wrap up this video. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more like this and all the other stuff that I have posted on this channel. And hit that bell icon so you'll get notified when I post a new video. And of course, share this with your friends. I think this is a fantastic bit of content, obviously, or I wouldn't make it. I try to make things for this channel that I would find helpful. If you know someone who's about to do a software demo, send them this video. You know, even if they don't use all the different things that I've described, maybe it'll give them some ideas of things to work into their software demo and make it a little more engaging than just, you know, a screen capture. I've found it's amazing how many little things I can do that take my videos from, back in the early days when I was just doing a screen capture, or I had to do a screen capture and a voiceover as two separate videos and combine them because I didn't know what tools were out there. There are lots of little simple tools that really make your demos and your videos look that much more high production value with not a lot of effort on your part. And honestly, the tools that I've picked, I like because I can integrate them in either in the planning phases, like PowerPoint, or while I'm doing the video, like Zoom It. Um, that way, I don't have to do a lot of post-production because personally, I do not like editing videos. That's my least favorite part of building the video. So anything I can do earlier on in the process to make the videos come out that much more awesome, the first time as soon as I record it, I'm gonna focus on that. So hopefully that was helpful. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.